What is up, my brothers? Welcome back to the Wingin podcast. What's up, people? How y'all doing, man? So, we got our good buddy, Game Grounds. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Andre, what's up, man? You doing good? You feeling good?
He has to get past that Jamaican intro, that Rastafarian intro.
Oh man.
Hey, y'all don't like my
Look,
Bushmaster? Y'all don't like my Bushmaster, man?
it's good. It's good. It just I wasn't prepared for it. That's all. I mean, just as much as I wasn't prepared for Assassin's Creed not actually being about assassins. So
Right.
These are facts. So tonight's shenanigans, as they were, y'all know how we like to do it here on the Weekend podcast. So first thing we want to talk about before we get into Assassin's Creed, because that's just hilarious. We're gonna talk about review bombing. And when it's still like you gotta be a salty person to go out and be like, okay, we're gonna review bomb this game and get it where nobody buys it and it still don't work. So people have been trying to review bomb Animal Crossing.
It's the wrong game to even try to review bomb.
what I don't get is what did this game do to you?
Tom Nook, man. Tom Nook.
Okay, listen. Don't go get the police officers. You just gotta tell us, where did Animal Crossing touch you?
Hey man, Tom Nook is real in these streets, man. Tom Nook real in these streets.
Hey,
they still
can't pay
got
them
stuff
debts.
like GameCube. They still owe Tom Nook money from the GameCube, man.
Or look, if you were in Japan, the 64.
True. 64 DD. Yep.
But okay, so Animal Crossing has been doing phenomenally well.
Right,
It's breaking records, and it ain't even been out a month. So
That's insane.
yeah, I mean, it didn't already caught Smash Brothers. It already caught Smash. But the thing is, I think honestly, if we're being completely honest, I think it still would have sold well. I don't think it would have sold as well if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic either.
Right.
It's definitely sold well because people need something to do.
Yeah,
Right.
and this game, like I said, I can go on my Switch right now. It's probably got like 20 people on it, and 15 of them are playing Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fact. Now Animal Crossing is not for me, but I don't hate on people that like different games than I do. I'm like, hey, look, y'all should know that. I even have a video. Let's talk for Animal Crossing. Please check it out when you have a chance.
Nice plug.
You know,
it's this thing. It's called preferences.
Yeah.
Everyone has them.
You can't have those, Andre. You gotta like everything I like. You gotta like Call
Yeah.
of Duty. You gotta like NBA 2K. You gotta like Madden. You gotta like all that. Animal Crossing ain't none of that.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
shoot
I
people on
don't-
Animal Crossing.
Look, I don't eat out the garbage. I'm not gonna play in the garbage either.
But you know what I find funny though? And what I really find funny about this whole situation is like some of the people that's complaining is probably playing their kids' version.
Yeah.
They let their kids play it.
You know, straight
Yep.
up, they gonna say, "Oh no, it ain't Animal Crossing. I don't have that in my house. My son,
My
plays
kid has it.
My son plays it. I'll never touch that game. You're a liar.
Liar. They play on their kids' profile. They kids, daddy. I was supposed to get the snails today, and I don't know what happened, son. Like,
Yep. At the house
Like,
and
so it's
everything.
like, no, Tom Nook lied to you, son. I'm sorry.
daddy, where's all this stuff coming in my house? I didn't have this stuff when I played yesterday. Boy, be quiet and be happy.
Yep. That's how I go.
Just
See, now,
destroy
I'm the opposite.
your child's work.
I'm the opposite. Like, I got Animal Crossing because I like playing Animal Crossing and linked up with my friends and everything and got my island straight. Everything's good. But then my kids came and ruined everything. Everything. I don't even touch it anymore. Like, when I go onto my island, there's just like bugs and cases and just trees chopped down. It's just all over the place. Like, I don't even touch it anymore. My island is a disaster. It looks like a hurricane just came through and just destroyed everything. Like, I don't even touch it anymore.
Oh man.
Look, they took the Minecraft approach to it. That was the problem.
Right.
So we just gonna gather resources.
Right.
But I found that when I read that article about them review bombing, I'm like, and it's still selling. I'm like, dude, what are you guys do? Like, are you really that bored that you got to go on and try to review bomb this? It's not gonna work. If you don't like it, fine, but don't try to
Well,
ruin it for
purpose.
everybody else. And it's,
The
clearly,
mission
it's not
failed.
working.
The mission failed. Y'all need to wrap it up and just call it a day.
Yeah,
I mean, it failed with Pokemon. They should have seen that by now. If something's established,
And
you're not going to
Pokemon
review
actually had way worse controversies behind it than Animal Crossing did.
Right.
and the funny, and we talked about this, Andre, about the whole Pokemon situation, because some of them same people that did like 30 videos talking about how they need to boycott are the same people that I see doing live streams. I'm like, wait a minute.
People got it day one, and somehow all them videos just disappeared.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going on Twitch trying to watch one of our friends do a playthrough, and I see like somebody else. I'm like, hold on, didn't you say you wasn't gonna get this game? And they freaking live streaming a raid, a Pokemon raid. Like, I thought you didn't have this.
But you didn't want this game, remember? You were #1 boycott, remember that?
Right.
National Pokédex.
Right.
If there's no national dex in this game, I'm not buying it.
How'd you get it? I didn't buy it. My mama did.
You're lying.
Somebody gifted it. You still playing it?
Straight bull. Like, look, somebody gifted it. Why ain't you trade it in?
Yeah.
Right.
Trade it in. Get something else. If you didn't want the game, like stand on your principles, bro.
Yeah.
Or sister, whichever one.
I just found it funny, so we had to start off with this one because now we're finna get into some real stuff, and this is about companies and how you should treat your employees and why you should put gag orders on everybody and why you should sue people that you fire. So,
oh man,
what's the statement that's been passed around the comics as of late over like the last 4 years? It comes with some claps.
But so Naughty Dog and The Last of Us 2, you know, this game has been it had a release date, it got pushed back to being indefinite. Some people was complaining about crunch time, some ex-employees was getting mad, and then somebody decides to, you know what? All of y'all, I'm leaking everything. They leaked it just last week, and
see, and then we find out that Naughty Dog had a 70% turnover rate, and it was basically because of this game.
Yeah,
this game, not everything else. This one game. If you are fucking up one game, that poorly, and I'm sorry, like I've made so many jokes about Ubisoft messing up Tetris, but I don't think they've messed up Tetris to the point that they made their employees walk out.
Yeah. I'm sitting there looking at Naughty Dog like, bruh.
But hey, hold on. I got one thing to say. This is gonna make people hate me, but I'm okay with being hated. For all of you that call Naughty Dog the best developer, how do you feel now?
Right.
Are y'all gonna walk that statement back and delete those tweets and those videos and things and act like you ain't never said it? I mean, because there are screen caps that people will throw in your face. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So you better be prepared for it if you haven't already got a crap ton of bull crap now.
Like Jason Schreier? Yeah.
Naughty Dog, best developer out there. They make the best games. And bullshit.
No, they don't.
I'm like, look, you
can
die on that hill. I'll walk the other direction.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they a good developer? Yes.
Yes. They are a good developer when they're not fucking up a game like this.
Yeah.
But,
But
I mean, you clearly see that people don't play different types of games. Because if that's what you solely focus on, then of course you're gonna think they're the best developer because you don't know nothing else.
See, people need to learn to know the difference between what the best is and what their favorite is.
Right.
Now, as an example, by comparison, the best fighting game character that, in most people's opinions, that SNK has come up with has been Terry Bogard.
Right.
But my favorite is Kyo.
Mine too. Yep.
Just because personality, I like his personality better. But if I play with either one of those characters, I will smash you with Terry before I do a kill. Because I'm better with Terry, but Kill's still my favorite. See,
I'm Andy Bogart guy, so.
You like Andy?
No, I love
okay.
Andy.
Okay.
Andy's right up.
I'm
Andy's
Andy
in my
Bogart
top,
guy, so.
in my top 5 because he don't get no love. But I'm just saying, for example, okay, I should have said my best character in SNK's fighting games is Terry, and my favorite is Kill. That would have been the better comparison. But what is best is not the same as your favorite.
Right.
That's true.
They are not mutually exclusive things. So people need to learn the difference between that.
Yeah, that's true.
And when it turns out that your favorite is sinking like a goddamn battleship in that harbor.
I remember when the first game came out, when the first Last of Us game came out, I did a review with our good buddy Butterworthy, and we straight up, because I was playing the game and I'm like, dude, it's okay. People act like, oh, this is the best action adventure game of all time. And I'm like, dude, this is the road. I'm like, this is the road mixed with The Walking Dead. This is not some brand, And then on top of that, I couldn't stand Joel. I'm like, I would have shot that dude.
Like, Joel, you a dick?
Yeah, I'm like, I would have killed him. I would have been like, my bad. I would have took that shotgun and boost back off.
Like that, and the way that system worked with Ellie, where you're walking around and she can literally walk in front of enemies.
Right.
Stupid.
Or she could do things that would actually trigger their attention when you didn't want her to.
Right.
And then remember, because Andre, you was on that cast with me that night. We did the Game Awards, and they did the reveal for 2, and people got mad because I was like, I was getting mad at Ellie, and they were like, "What, you don't like lesbian character?" I'm like, "No, she would have got me killed because she don't." I'm like, "No, because she has a gun with no silencer on it." And that's what I'm like, she's supposed to be in there. She's supposed to be used to the apocalypse by now. Why are you making a goddamn noise?
Right.
So I was sitting there, I'm like, this is gonna be a tough sale for me anyway. Because one, I played the game, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was this great video game that's the best game ever. I'm like, it's okay.
There are better games out there than far better games than The Last of Us.
Right.
So when I see this and I'm like, okay, why does everything bad keep coming out about this particular game? Why do we keep having like all these people quitting, walking away from what's supposed to be this great developer?
Right.
Like, you don't quit a job you love just because.
But then people's excuses, well, you can't have greatness without sacrifices. That's true to an extent.
To an extent,
right.
To an extent.
Yeah. But then I heard the wokeness of this game, and people are just like, dude, I heard that's the main reason people are leaving.
Yeah.
Why a lot of people left, because they were like, dude, they cramming stuff in that's not the original vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just basically say that all of the main villains of this game, or basically every villain in this game, is a white, biological, white, straight, trans, homosexuality phobic male. That's it. That's the bad guy. I'm like, we couldn't have it be like there's a cult mentality, which would have made sense. There's a cult mentality of a bunch of different people that just kind of flock together into one thing. They're like, you can't have any bad female characters, even though we just literally had Streets of Rage 4 come out.
All right.
Which we'll get into a little bit later.
All right.
Everybody wants equality, and they want to spread this message and stuff. Like, look, I don't care if you have games with homosexual characters. I don't care if you have games with transsexual characters. I don't care if you have games with characters that are eunuchs. It doesn't matter. What matters is if the game is good, and that you're not using it as a political message to bash the hell out of a bunch of other people.
Right.
That's what's killing. That's what's going to kill the industry.
Yeah, because that bashing, that crap needs to stop.
Yeah, especially most of the people that partake in the medium are the people that you're bashing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like what happened with Captain Marvel when Brie Larson made a statement. I'm not gonna say allegedly because you can easily go back and clearly hear what she said.
Mm-hmm.
But her base is mostly the people that she disparaged. Basically, you're like you do realize that a lot of people that buy these comics that they're the majority of them are white straight males. The like Wonder Woman's. If you think the only people that are buying Wonder Woman comics are female, you are sadly
mistaken.
Because I'm a comic book head. I still go get comics. I can promise you, while the numbers have went up, like there's more women and girls reading comics. I can promise you, it's still not that many.
Oh,
not even close.
Matter of fact, by a long shot.
Matter of fact, it's still, and basically kind of like within the gaming world, you still look down upon if you read comics. Look at what Bill Maher said 2 days after Stan Lee died.
Right.
I'm like, people still look down on people because of that. So, I mean, just be careful when you trying to stand on your soapbox and all that crap. Because
it's ruined. It's basically ruining the comic industry.
It's
ruining television for the most part. That's why a lot of people don't watch TV. They don't watch standard television much anymore because this is generally what's on it. That's why people aren't watching it. That's why people have been migrating to streaming services and things like YouTube and stuff because they don't want to see that crap.
Right. I mean, because a lot of it seems forced at this point. Because I mean, no matter what I go to, it's like, okay, I have to have somebody of, whether they are, cisgender or if they are gay or they're queer or whatever. Like they have to be.
I'm tired of checkbox content. Everybody's tired of checkbox content.
Or either you talking about like you talking about what is it? You talking about interracial dating and everything else. Like they're really just trying to force the narrative at this point, and it does get tiring because you can tell it is forced. Like the two actors. The two actors don't even mix. They don't mesh. It doesn't even look right. The scenario doesn't even look right. Because even with Main Event on Netflix, I was waiting to see that. And my children were waiting to see that because they love wrestling and they love the concept of the little boy getting powers to be able to go into the WWE. But then, it's like, okay, his mom's not there. His grandmother's black, but then his dad is white and he looks nothing like his dad. And it's just like, okay, this seems completely forced out of nowhere.
Cobbled together. Because they need to check some boxes. They need to make all their little marks, and that's the problem.
And speaking as somebody who loves like TV and movies and stuff like that, the one thing I hate is freaking tokenism.
Right.
If you don't have, and here's the thing, like, okay, I love Lord of the Rings. I didn't get mad there weren't no black characters in it because the story was good. The story was good. Don't throw me in there if you ain't got nothing for me to do.
Right.
If I'm not making, if somebody that looks like me is not going to make a significant, contribution to the story, why are they there?
Right. Not only that, but it has to be a contribution that is significant and it makes sense.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
It can't just be you had this dude just fall out the sky. Right. This is a bad example right now because of what we're going to be talking about later. But you can't just have this black dude fall out the sky and just everybody fall over.
Yeah, right. it doesn't work like that. But yeah, like I said, one of my favorite movies of all time is Lord of the Rings and Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King. I ain't see no brothers in there,
and it's okay,
and that's fine.
It's weird just seeing one black dude. And it's like, where are the rest?
Yeah, like so. I mean, even though being completely honest, the Uruk-hai did have some nice Rastafarian braid work done. My thing was, I'm like, I would rather the story be good because our time's coming. We got Black Panther. Black Panther was off the chain. I mean, a lot of y'all hated it, but the movie was good. The movie was good. So,
like I always say, representation for the sake of it is the problem.
Right.
You want natural representation. You don't want forced representation. Forced representation makes everybody, as much as they feel like it's helping, it's actually doing the exact opposite.
Well, I actually have a theory about this. I think like a lot, especially like with Hollywood, gonna go off on a tangent a little bit, especially with Hollywood. I think they're pushing diversity so much to get people tired of it, so they can go back to normal. Because I'm like,
which is stupid.
This makes no sense. The way they doing it, the way they're doing it makes no sense. So you're like, okay, y'all just putting stuff in just to be. This ain't even.
That's to say we did it. That's to say we did it.
Yeah. So you're doing it. And you're overloading it so that people will get mad and be like, dude, this ain't even good. So that's why I think that the real reason why it's being done, to the extent it's being done, but you're not helping yourself, especially in a game like Last of Us that is so dependent on story. If you don't build this right, you mess up your game world and your mythology. And two, people are going to turn on you. Your fans are going to turn on you when that story don't line.
Right.
It looks like they've already killed it. Like, honestly,
because like I said, if what is being stated, these leaks are true, boy, they're gonna be some mad people. Now they're gonna be some people that's gonna pretend like they love it when they know they ain't. But because they got to keep up appearances. But this ain't gonna end well.
No, like if it's as bad as it's being presented or what was shown, they're only going to have one opportunity to fix this and save this franchise. And if they screw that up,
yeah. I mean, Ellie could be a very good, compelling character, which means she's probably good. And you know what? No, Andre, there's one other way they can save this franchise. You know what it is.
I ain't saying it.
She's gonna have to show up in Smash.
Oh hell no!
Did you really just
hell no?
That's the only other way they gonna say it.
Hell no!
I can see Naughty Dog going to Sakurai right now. Hey, Sakurai, we need your help, man.
I can imagine this like the situation in Monsters Inc. when Mike was talking to the glasses. Just shut the shit. Shut the panel on their head. Like, nah.
That is wow.
Like, I ain't taking
man. Ellie and Smash. You know,
look, Sakurai.
People gonna start that hashtag Ellie for Smash.
Please though. Please though. Jeez.
I have created a monster.
Pretty much.
I had to put that thought out into the universe, man.
Well, not just like, I mean, how many times have we seen that happen, man? I remember, what was it like? They tried to get Goku in Smash, Iron Man, Super Meat Boy. Like, what the hell?
People just be throwing stuff out there because
here's the problem. Snake is in Smash, but that didn't save Metal Gear.
No, not at all. Not at all. They'll probably do it in the PlayStation Battle Royale if they bring it back.
And also, Ken Ryu were in Smash, but that ain't saved Street Fighter.
It really did.
Not even close.
But it did spike themselves on that Street Fighter Anniversary Edition. It did.
It
did. So
it did draw more awareness to Mega Man.
Yeah.
Finally,
but you gotta have a good game to draw it to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
This is why they need to stick Adam or Adam, Blaze, and Axel in Smash.
That would work though.
That would actually work. Yeah.
Preferably Adam because he got the hurricane kicking the power guys so he can insult Terry to you.
But yeah, I mean, I can see people trying to be like try to start a petition, try to get her in Smash because I'm like, I see so many people trying to get their favorite characters from other franchises in Smash. It's not even funny.
Like, you have a wall of people like, nah, she's a PlayStation character. Keep that over there.
Yeah.
Keep that right over there. She's a PlayStation character.
Yeah. Okay, so enough about Naughty Dog and they bad habits. So let's go to our favorite company on earth, EA.
Oh yeah, you gotta love EA.
Everybody loves EA. I mean,
gotta love EA.
I mean, to be one of the most sought after and most innovative gaming companies on the planet, to be able to put your name on the line for Stadia. To put your name on the line for Stadia and let people know how committed you are to helping Google get Stadia, that platform, that what we need. And you completely hate Nintendo for it, and they got way more sales of it, which is the same excuse you used last gen, talking about why you wasn't supporting Wii U, but now you're using that that reverse logic to support Stadia. I'm just saying, to beat
EA is gonna save Stadia. EA is gonna save Stadia.
They are.
They were waiting.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Isn't Stadia just a crappier online Wii U?
No, dude. No, dude. Stadia is.
I mean, like, no, you think about it. Asymmetrical gameplay. Being able to use one device to have multiple perspectives. It's just the fact it's tied online all the time, and you don't actually get to keep anything. And on top of that, the service is shoddy as all hell.
Andre, you're forgetting one very important point. 8K. 8K.
Look, they can't even do 1080p. How the hell?
Right.
No. 8K. We're not talking about 4K. 8K.
The numbers.
Look,
it's about
I don't even care. Look. You could be doing 20K. It don't make a difference to me. I'm not gonna be the one sitting there trying to play that game as it's chugging along at 2 steps a minute.
Right.
You think Streets of Rage 4 fighters walk slow? Woo!
Man.
Oh gosh, I can imagine that game on that surface now. Look, you hit the button once and it takes 5 minutes for the character to throw a punch.
So all kidding aside, EA is putting support to the Stadia, and the funny thing about it is, EA already has a sketchy history in the gaming world as it stands anyway. Like, for them to do this, it really kind of makes no sense. Going back to what they said during last gen with the Wii U as the reason why they weren't supporting that console.
Right.
Even though they could have.
Oh, they vastly could have.
They definitely could have.
So the same question, because people were asking, some people were asking them why they weren't supporting Switch, and their answer to this is they look at all consoles, see what games would work on there. So I'm like, that's BS.
Same PR answer every time.
Look, EA. I have several games that you have in your catalog that could work on the Switch right now. Plants vs. Zombie 1.
Definitely.
Okay, go back and take Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Put those on the Switch. Go ahead and put Star Wars: The Old Republic on the Switch. Right. I mean, hey, go back and take your old NFL Street, NBA Street, and actually redo those games and put them out on the Switch if you don't want to do your mainline simulation sports games. There's a bunch of answers to this question, and you just don't want to actually do it. Simple as that.
They actually got rid of EA Tiburon, so I mean,
yeah, they own the rights to that, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, bring back EA Tiburon and just let them do stuff.
There ain't no bringing that back. It won't be the same.
You got a good point. Never mind. Don't do that. Never mind. Don't need to do that.
It'd be EA Tiburon and a half.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, you're right. Don't even do that. So yeah, I thought that was weird. Because Stadia right now, I know Stadia is they try and do everything they can to try to like stay afloat.
Right.
I still think it's one of those situations where they came out too early. They probably should have waited a year.
Or maybe even too late. Because think about the fact that they killed so many services that would have worked very well with this.
Yeah, because they killed 4 services off the top of my head that I know of that we used that would have integrated perfectly with it.
Oh, you mean Google Plus?
Yeah.
Google Hangouts Live.
Yep. Like all of that stuff that they killed that would have been perfect for. Because once again, it's kind of like you have your own social media platform, so now you don't have to go to Facebook and Tumblr and all these. You could just do it via yours. Hence, why Nintendo needs to bring back the Miiverse, but we're not gonna get into that right now. So I mean, it's one of those situations like you have that. You have Hangouts, which was already integrated into YouTube anyway. So, and then now you got people that can actually do their podcasts, do their live streams better than Twitch, because now you already have that stuff already synced up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know.
What do I know? I don't make $1 billion a year. I ain't no exec, so I ain't got a guy.
For me, when it comes down to the whole EA thing, I put EA in the same situation as Atlas with Persona 5. There is a secret deal in the backgrounds that they're not saying anything about. But that has to, like, for me, that has to be the reason why they have not touched Nintendo outside of FIFA, and then that rehash of FIFA with updated rosters to where it was like people are giving them money. I feel like Sony, Microsoft, and Google are giving them money, and Nintendo was like, no, you put it on here or you don't. We honestly don't care. We're not shelling out money for you to put your games here. Yeah, and that's honestly what I feel like it is, because Atlas is the same way. We don't know if there's any exclusive rights, but there has to be, because there's no other reason for you not to bring the mainline Persona series to other platforms other than PlayStation.
Especially when you threw Joker in Smash. He took up a damn character spot.
Right.
He took up a damn character spot. If you want to give us the game, god dang it.
See, but here's how you could logic that though. Because Persona is honestly is a spin-off series of Shin Megami Tensei. So the main line of games is with Nintendo. They just took a character from a side. They just took a character from a side, a spin-off from that property, and put them in there.
Okay. So Persona kind of took the top tier over the main line, if you will. Yeah, because where's 5? I haven't seen or heard anything about 5 since they said something about it, last year?
No, it was actually in 2017.
Oh, well, no, I know that was the first one, but I know they did like another kind of like an update. Saying, that's still good.
That was the end of 2018. That was the end of 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So about a year and a half then. Yeah. Close to.
Another reason why I hate when they do trailers early. I hate when they do trailers early for that reason right there. Because that Shin Megami Tensei 5 trailer was in that original sizzle reel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, don't put them out like that if you know good and well you ain't nowhere near.
Yeah.
So all you're gonna do is have people sitting there like, okay, where's the game?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
But like at some point though, like you still realize that Atlas is still working with Nintendo for different properties. They've done it over the years. Whereas EA is just acting like Nintendo is a leper.
Yeah, like they don't exist. Honestly, like they don't exist.
Right.
You know, which is funny to me because I'm like, y'all just missing out on money. Y'all like Capcom. Y'all allergic.
Really? Yeah. No, Capcom got a little bit smarter now. Capcom was like, okay.
A little
bit.
Okay, I chose my words right.
Because can you imagine, like, I'm not a big fan of Madden, but Madden Portable would do wonders because it killed on Vita, it killed on the PSP. Like, people want portable sports. Now, 2K doesn't run the best, but if you don't play the other versions, it's okay. But if you jump back and forth, kind of like I did, I had the Switch version and I had it on PC. If you jump back and forth, it's going to be a horrible experience because you got to change your shot timing and everything else along with it. But if you stay exclusive to the Switch, there's no issues. But at least 2K is trying to improve that, unlike the WWE series, but they're trying.
Yeah.
They tried. Not trying. They tried. And they didn't try all that hard. Like,
they really didn't.
2K, when they really want to put the effort in, they can make something amazing. They chose not to.
With that entire franchise, they're not even trying because they're buying more into the neighborhood culture for those that's going to spend the money for the VC. Because if you look at like the Wii U, when 2K13 came out for the Wii U launch game, I'm thinking in my head, okay, we're going to use the gamepad to, do playbooks and pick your plays and all this other stuff. But they did a damn Gatorade energy, vision thing. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why? I had to look up my gamepad to see it, and then the game will play for me while I'm looking at the energy. I'm okay with the energy being a bar at the bottom of my player, my character. Like, I don't need you to do this on the gamepad. Do like playbooks and stuff like that with substitution.
That was the I quit play. Like, you know how like you know when you at the end, like you watching a football game and the team, they ain't got no hope, but they got to do something to keep the fans entertained.
Right.
I'm just calling this play. I know ain't going to be successful.
Yeah.
I know this is not going to work. I know this isn't going to draw people's attention. I'm not going to do the thing that I know everybody actually wanted, which, again, this was something EA presented. That's the bad thing. EA presented this with the freaking smart glass, doing the play calling on the fly, having the routes change along the way. I was like, oh, cool. The Wii U's coming out next year. They're going to do that on Madden.
Nope.
Nah.
That concept. Like, no, we're not going to do the thing that we showed you we could do that will make a whole hell of a lot of sense for the device that does not need to use an online connection to do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It honestly makes me laugh to think like these are game companies. You're like, y'all supposed to know this stuff.
But why try? Why try if there's no competition and people are still giving you money?
Yeah,
it's kind of in the same vein
that
with
was
argument.
the biggest problem.
Like, because people still like argue at the fact, like, I can't believe Nintendo is anti-consumer because they still charge $60 for the first-person game. If people are still paying for it, why would I, in business sense, lower the price on the game?
And you just said the magic word, business sense. Because I swear, every time I hear some of these people talk, I'm like, y'all, if y'all ever owned a business, you would fail. You would fail miserably. Because nobody in their right mind would do it. The reason how a lot of these companies hide it is because they give you a sale for a week.
Right.
And they give you a limited time to pick that game up. Yeah, because as soon as you don't, it shoots right back up.
Right. Yeah.
So don't sit there and think that, oh, well, Nintendo just said, look, if we were selling Smash Brothers Melee in 2008 and people were still buying it at full price, why the hell would we stop?
Right. Exactly. I liken it to like when I was in the military, right? So we had our presentations weekly that we had to go present to the sergeant major and the commander. Now, the one thing you want to do is not be read on that list that I made of you being behind on awards or anything. So the first thing they'll come to me and say, hey, can you go ahead and turn it green? I got it. I'll give it to you after the meeting, but can you turn it green right now? And that's kind of the situation now to where they're doing like, okay, well, let me chop down the numbers of how much this game is going to cost. So for our stockholders and the people that give us money, it looks like our game is selling. But in essence, it's selling at a lower price. So I'm not bringing in the revenue I should have been bringing in, but the numbers look good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Business 101. So, so all right. So everybody know we in these Corona beer drinking virus times, and that
or
being
bleach.
said, yeah. That being said, we're in these frosted beverages days and times. So a lot of everybody's been having to delay stuff, movies, sporting events. Everybody, hell, the NBA, while they trying to figure out a way to do these playoffs, I'm like, bro, you're not gonna do it. I don't even know why you would do it. I understand LeBron being mad, but bro, just rest your body up. You 35, you'll be okay. But so that being said, and we've had like a lot of game conferences in our little gaming sphere. We had a lot of game conferences. They just straight up said, look, man, we just ain't having it and we don't have a backup plan. Sorry.
Right.
We just don't. We didn't know this was gonna happen, so we had to make decisions for the safety of our fans. So well, Nintendo is not doing a direct in June, and it's mainly due to coronavirus and the impact. Now, some people are upset about this. How can you be upset when everybody's doing this? I mean, it's not like they're saying, "Oh, well, screw y'all." They realize that. Look, one, probably most of these games that we were going to have to show to you are not coming out this year.
Right.
Because now we're having to make exceptions so people can even work on the game and try to. It's gonna notably take some time. So my thing is, I think people we need to be a little bit more understanding about that because of the simple fact that it's not just your particular world. I understand gaming is a distraction, but a lot of y'all need to stop with the distractions because y'all use distractions as the excuse.
Right.
A lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest, man. That you act like you ain't got nothing to play. I'm sorry. I've been cutting into my backlog and it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to cut into my backlog. Some of y'all act like y'all been buying AAA games 4 times every month. No, you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cut with the BS, cut with the lies. You know you haven't. So there's a lot of things to play, and some of y'all probably do need to try some new. Try a game you never played before. Try Fire Emblem Three Houses. Try Doom Eternal. Try Animal Crossing if you want to. I mean, if you can find one. Try it if you want to, but try something you ain't never tried before. Because like it's not like there's nothing out. There are games out. That's my whole point. There are games out. Yes, because there's a lot of games that I was anticipating that I was looking forward to. No More Heroes 3.
Right.
Hopefully we was gonna get something on Bayonetta. Hopefully we was gonna get something on Breath of the Wild 2. Hopefully we was gonna get something on. I know probably not, but hopefully we get something on Metroid Prime. Hopefully we're gonna see. Well, we probably still gonna see something on Halo Infinite just because I know Microsoft has said they have 2 digital events already prepared, so they already had their events prepared. But a lot of people they didn't have them prepared. They were probably getting them ready, and now they just gonna be like, look, we can't show anything because we don't know what stuff's coming out. And as far as Xbox is concerned, their stuff was probably ready to go last year. They just
they probably held off on it.
They need this year to go well for them because the Xbox One hadn't sold to expectation.
Right.
And so they're trying to get people to be hyped for Series X. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. But at the same time, please temper your expectations because they said they keep acting like these consoles are coming out this fall. Don't be surprised in August you get a update.
If one console did come out, I would say it would be Xbox.
It would be the Xbox if it did.
It's because I think the entire time they were getting bashed for these past 2 years, they were focused on the Series X.
Yeah.
So I think they, like you said, they could have released it last year, but it wouldn't make sense. So they just waited. So they just released the stuff a little bit at a time. And when they get to that point to where it's time to release, I think like around here.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
A company already did this before. And it was a company that was also bashed for this.
Oh yeah.
For this very same pattern.
Yeah. But here's the difference.
Nintendo did the exact same.
Yeah, that is true. They took their hits.
Here's the thing that makes me a little bit worried because Phil Spencer made a comment about the games release. I'm like, I think because of what happened, because of the pandemic, some of their games are gonna have to be pushed back. So even if it does, even if the Series X does release, there's probably a few games that were gonna release with it that aren't gonna be able to release it. I think the only thing that's probably gonna of significance that's gonna release with it is Halo.
But I think they're gonna take the Nintendo approach, like Andre was saying, because you saw what Breath of the Wild did. People complain about there's only 10 games that came out on launch day or launch week. Breath of the Wild was that game. So you didn't need the other 9 games.
No, you didn't.
Look,
most people can't even tell you what the other 9 games were.
Right.
Look, Nintendo took them lumps. They took all them lumps, and then they did a special punch that knocked everything out. That's all they did. That's what happened.
It made the entire game industry look stupid for hating on the Wii U.
Right.
Because all they did was buy it as a Switch.
That's all they did. And they took most of the features that people swear weren't features and gave them a watered down version. And, we love this.
That's insane when you think about it, because when you look at the Wii U and the Switch side by side, the Wii U is the better system. The only big difference is the gamepad can't be taken everywhere.
That's the only difference.
Kind of big compared to the Switch.
Yeah, that's
but other than that, yeah,
dude. That's a whole nother 3 hours of podcast. So,
because I mean, for me, the Wiimote and the nunchuck is better than the Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
that's just me.
And me being able to set my gamepad to the side and use that as a map, and I ain't gotta keep hitting. Okay, never mind. But the point is, the point is, people, don't be surprised if because I still think that they're going to be limited quantities because most of our stuff is made in China, and a lot of those factories were shut down for a very long time. You're not. Right. They're gonna if the PS5 and the Series X do come out this year, it's going to be very limited, and you're going to have to pre-order. You're not going to get a choice.
People gonna go crazy.
They're gonna get mad, but that's the only way you're gonna be able to get it. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
But the thing is, those two platforms released this year, there aren't going to be any games on them that aren't going to be on the Xbox One or the PS4.
That's why they keep pitching the upgrade or the upscale from the PS4 and the Xbox One. You can play, this game from Xbox One because we haven't seen any Series X games. We haven't seen any PS5 games. You've seen the now current generation games being played on these newer systems.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that too is even Halo Infinite is going to be playable across their entire family.
Yep. Exactly.
That's already been confirmed. That's why I was like, so really the Series X don't have to come out this year. It can come out in March of next year, which to me, the smarter play from a business standpoint is for Sony and Microsoft to say, okay, around August and September, just say, look, due to the pandemic, we've had to push our release date. We know our fans have been looking forward to this. We've had to push the release of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X to February/March. That way, that way you can put it. If you do it in March, you can put it on your next fiscal year.
Right.
And then with all the games that you're gonna have coming with it, it's gonna make your numbers look that much better. If you do it now, it ain't gonna look good because this year is a wash as far as like from a business standpoint. If you're in entertainment, this year is a wash already. It is a wash.
Mm-hmm.
The movie industry is hoping that
they screwed.
Like from August to December, the movies that were supposed to come out the last 2 months can come out.
But even then, they're still catching hell because even if the movies do come out, if you went the at-home route, some of these theaters say we're not playing your movies. The
pettiness. Real quick sidebar before we keep. We got to talk about before we wrap up. This is probably going to go a little long, but I got to talk about this CEO pettiness. I love the pettiness of AMC and Regal. This CEO on pettiness, boy. They straight up told Universal to their face, we're not paying your movies. And I'm like, so you're not gonna get the $1 billion franchise, even though I can't believe it's a $1 billion franchise, but it is. The Fast and Furious franchise, you're gonna say no to that? No, you're not. You're not that stupid. You're greedy. You're not gonna say no to that. You're gonna say a Bond?
I don't know. We gonna see.
I'm gonna see this pettiness through. I'm gonna see this pettiness through. They on that. I'm like, do y'all really know what all movies Universal and MGM got? Y'all know what all movies they got? Because
they should.
Those are just $2 billion franchises. That's just two. So you're not gonna show them. And you already and AMC, y'all complaining about y'all hurting for money.
Yeah.
The problem is because Trolls World Tour went straight home to video.
Yep.
Went on demand, which honestly, in the long run, actually saves a lot of families money from having to pay for multiple tickets, having to go to the theater, and that's where they make all that money is on.
It saved me tons because I paid $20 to where otherwise I would have paid almost $70 to $100.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there looking, but I'm like, dude, okay, yeah. They said that they went the VOD route. A lot of them did.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them did. So
look, they already had the movies done. there was no point in letting them just sit there and not make money off of it.
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, this ain't no, because even I'm sitting here thinking about Black Widow, because Black Widow was supposed to came out yesterday on the first. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, since that movie clearly has nothing to do with Phase 4, Marvel could have easily said, you know what, put this on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because that's what they did with Onward.
They put Onward and Frozen Plus. They put both of them on Disney Plus. So that could have easily went to Disney Plus and nobody would have said nothing. Mm-hmm. But they still decided to say, okay, we're going to move this down to November and take Eternal spot and move it. They're going to move everything back a date. So I'm like, okay, fine. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Nobody's ever had to deal with this before. And even when they do start opening stuff back up, you don't know if they're going to let theaters go to full capacity. They may say, no, you can only put in, like if you have 100 100-seat theater house, you can only have 50 seats.
Yeah.
And it have to be spread out.
At that point, they probably won't even do that. At best, they'll probably give you like 30 seats.
Yeah, because I'm like, and you ain't gonna make no billions like that. You're just not. So AMC, the pettiness of these CEOs is beautiful. I needed that this week. I needed that because that CEO petty ain't nothing like greedy, petty CEOs. They ain't nothing like it. It's beautiful to see play out before our very eyes. I love social media sometimes. Sometimes I hate it.
Yeah, because honestly, if it wasn't for social media, this would be a very quiet backdoor thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But nobody would know anything about it.
Here's the funny thing about it: like these are people who like. They are so upset. The first thing they did was go to their Twitter account. This ain't like a publicist. This is a CEO. So who gonna tell what publicist gonna tell the CEO? What are you doing? I'm firing you if you say something to me again.
All right. They'd be like, touche.
Yeah.
Right.
You chastise somebody else. You don't chastise me. You know. So, I think it was funny. But all right, back on this video game stuff. So Assassin's Creed, and real quick, Assassin's Creed, they finally released the premiere trailer for Valhalla, or as I like to call it, Assassin's Creed Viking Season 7. So
it's not Assassin's Creed.
It is not Assassin's Creed.
That's why I said Assassin's Creed Vikings Season 7.
Here's the problem. Ubisoft is trying too hard to keep the name of the franchise alive,
right,
while changing the core of what the franchise is.
Right.
When you're doing that so much, you're not actually adhering to what the original game formula it was. It's a different game. That's why I look at Resident Evil 7 so differently from all the other ones, because it doesn't really adhere to the original Resident Evil formula. I mean, honestly, 5 and 6 don't so well either. 5 and 6 don't really adhere to the formula very well. 7 does better at that, but it's still vastly different from what the core mechanics of the game actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
So that's why it's just, to me, it's not the same thing.
So basically, you saying you don't want to see Assassin's Creed Naruto?
Oh hell! Actually, no. That might actually be interesting.
You know, you have to save Sasuke. I mean, you have to save.
No mainline characters. If they was gonna do that, complete side characters, no mainline characters. Nothing where you gotta deal with Naruto, Sasuke, none of them. Deal with the side characters and the stories that you don't know. Nothing with the main character. Oh, hell no.
But okay, so my only problem with the trailer, honestly, was the ending of it, and that's because clearly the henchman that fights Travis Fimmell's Vikings character from season 3 clearly is a T-800 from Skynet sent back in time to the Viking era to kill John Connor's 19 times great granddad.
Right through his calf. I'm like,
that would cripple
somebody.
And the sad thing about it is he pulls the blade out, walks like ain't nothing wrong with him.
Right.
And so he should have been at a hobble, something.
Yeah, he should have like limped or something. But then, okay, he's choking out old boy. he goes and you see him from the back, and it's a beautiful shot, by the way.
Right.
You see it from the back, and you just see dude just crumple over, and you see the hidden blade, but you're like, wait a minute, are you saying he's human? What if he's human? How the hell did he walk that out? He should have been bleeding out.
His leg wasn't even bleeding when you think about it.
Not
that
at
blood
all.
instantly cauterized.
So
he is an advanced brute.
Unless Thor is coming, unless Chris Hemsworth's going to show up in this game, I don't think this is going to work. But
I don't know. I mean, outside of the fact that you're not an assassin. I mean, you really haven't been an assassin for a while, because even with Odyssey, people knew who you were.
Yeah,
I just really didn't feel like an assassin. But for me, I'm kind of tired of the one-man army thing. Like, if you're gonna do the whole Vikings thing, I want a crew of people, not just on the ship. Because it seems like when they figure that out and people love the ship, they put a ship in every game.
Yeah, Black Flag made sense. In Black Flag, it made sense. You were pirates.
Yeah,
right.
It made sense.
And pirates can be sneaky.
Yeah,
right. So like, you can have the duality of being a pirate and an assassin. I do not know how that works with a Viking.
It doesn't.
Vikings are not about stealth and sneaking. They're about breaking down your door, murder everything in the house, and raise it with a flame and be out.
Yeah,
right.
that was their whole, and then take your land if they needed it.
Right.
So, I mean, but you know what? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But it was a beautiful trailer. I will give them that. It was a beautiful trailer.
Good.
But
it
like I said,
for a game.
But like I said, this is Viking Season 7. This is not Assassin's Creed.
Like if they wanted, here's two things they could have done. They could have still used the Assassin's Creed engine for it. They just needed to name it something else and actually make the premise more about a war rather than the one, like you said, the one-man army. Make it be about commanding your troops and setting up campaigns to conquer places.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Civilization would have Civilization would have a word with you about that. But yeah.
You're doing it from a different perspective, though. You're doing it from on a perspective of you're on the battlefield with your troops.
Right.
Not that you're the guy in the background with the headset or the guy standing on top of the podium yelling down at your troops, hey, go kill those people over there. No. You're like you kind of like what was it, Shadow Mordor or Shadow War?
Yeah, Shadow Mordor.
Yeah, Shadow.
Like, y'all squad up on me, we gonna take them out.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, all right. So we'll let that go. I'm gonna be nice about this because I really don't. Y'all know how I feel about this guy, but he tries. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt. So, Jeff Keighley has a new thing that's going to be happening this summer called the Summer Game Fest. I saw a little, I think it was like a 30-second trailer for it. They got some developers and gaming companies signed on for it. It looks like it may be interesting. And this is basically in response to like pretty much the majority of the conventions being shut down this year.
Right.
Hey, look, somebody got to step in and do something. So, I mean, it makes sense.
I will be nice this time, even though I will say this one thing and then I'll let it go. Death Stranding still shouldn't have got Game of the Year, you stupid mother. All right, so that being said, I really, Jeff, I don't really care for you like that, but I will give you props because you are actually trying to do something positive. So that's cool and everything. And I just want to say one more small thing. Just because other people put that game in the doggone award ceremony don't mean it didn't take nothing away from you stupid mother. So that being said, I want to move straight on to something more positive. And that being our thoughts on our personal game of the year. It's going to win game of the year this year. And that's The Streets of Rage 4, baby. Finally released. So I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let Andre and Game Grounds. Y'all give y'all thoughts on it. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Hold on, wait, why? Hold on now. I feel like I'm being thrown to the fire first. Hold on, what's that? Like, I'm gonna let y'all go get murdered first and see how things turned out after that.
Why would I do a thing like that? Why would I do a thing like that, Andre?
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and say the game is great, but there are some issues with it. And like, if people be like, "Oh, what you talking about? This game is mechanically perfect." No, it ain't.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
If you have played any other Streets of Rage game, this game will cause you some problems playing it because you're used to how it felt before. And all of their trailers and things talked about how much they tried to integrate how well it played the older games played.
And let's be honest, they put out like 800 trailers. So
think I'm gonna play? Yeah, you would think I'm gonna play the other games so I can get a handle for this, and then come into this game and it feels almost completely different. Almost completely different. Now there are great things about it, like the combo system.
Right.
That is awesome. I love bouncing around character hit combos, knocking somebody around. The fact that they added it in the double air attack like Final Fight had, that was a good choice. Pacing is not the best choice. I'm not even going to go on that just yet. But the environments are great. The character designs are wonderful. Some of the character voices aren't all that great, like Blaze. Not exactly the best voices, because you would think with her stature and how she looks, she'd have a deeper voice. But she sounds like a lolly anime character. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I mean, that's just how she sounds. The roster is good. I like the character roster. There were some other choices out, obviously, but the game overall, the package is great. And my boy Adam, and this is why I said earlier, I made a bad example about a black guy just dropping down and everybody knocks over. After you beat the fourth stage, because you can't play with Adam. After you beat the fourth stage, Adam just stomps the ground and literally knocks out a group of people. During the cutscene. Like, he is my favorite Streets of Rage character. Like, I make no qualms about that. But but when it comes down to the problems of this game, one, the difficulty curve of the levels does not increase along the way. It kind of goes from here to here to here to here to here, depending on which levels you're playing. Particularly the boss of the second level and the boss of the fifth level are the hardest two boss fights in this game.
Right.
The final boss is even easier. And I started the game out on hard, which you started the game out on hardest, you're going to have a completely difficult time on the fifth stage when you're by yourself. No matter what character you play with. Unless you are super professional and know how to beat this game without getting touched. I doubt that very many people can do that just yet. But there's just like a lot of, okay, the combo system is great, but it also works against you. These can literally, like the characters that can throw grenades and explosives, they can keep hitting you off the ground before you. See, what would have been a nice preventative measure to that is if they took another key component from Final Fight where you could tap the buttons and make your character pop up faster. They didn't do that.
Right.
They took the double air attack out from Final Fight, but didn't think, okay, maybe we should allow our characters to jump up quicker. Secondly, this game is slow. And it is slower than Streets of Rage 2. And I've played the first, the second, and the third. Right. It is slower than the second. It's faster than the first. It's slightly slower than the second. So when people were saying, oh, this game plays at the same speed as the others, no, it doesn't. Especially if you know these games in and out like I do, it does not. Not saying that that's horrible, but it just, let's just call it what it is. It's not the same speed as the other games. Then there's the lack of being able to run with I think the only character that can run is Cherry. She's the only character that can run, or Classic Skate. Or the Streets of Rage 3 characters.
Yeah.
So you then take mobility options away from players. which slows the game down. So like they could have made up for that with a dodge button, which would have been fine. It would have been a welcome addition, or going back to the roll and running mechanic from Streets of Rage 3. I don't know why they didn't use, because the slow crawling along the screen, walking with everybody is annoying, especially after you didn't stop the group of mooks and you want to get to the next group as fast as possible.
I mean, let's be honest, man. The walking mechanic where you have to walk with your chest.
Yeah, it's cool certain moments, but
you like, bruh.
The whole game.
You're like, bruh, let's speed this up.
Like, let's move this a little bit. Like, and if they really wanted to like make it so that you couldn't just infinitely run, they could have included a stamina meter.
Yeah. Personally,
which could have also worked in it special.
Well, personally, I just think that there's a couple, because there's buttons they're not using. So I'm like, if you're not going to use them, man, put like you said, a dodge or a roll or something. I mean, look, if you don't want to put a block button in, fine. I don't care about that. It's a size supposed to be roll. I really don't care. But if you're going to do something, help me out. Help me. Meet me halfway.
Yeah. I mean, it's also nice. It is also nice that they had that you have the option to like do certain attacks different ways, like the back attack, where you can have different multiple inputs for it. I just don't like the push a different direction in your attack button and they do the back attack, because that throws off my combos. Yeah, like if anybody's seen me play Streets of Rage Remake, especially when I play with Adam, I like being able to hit somebody. I see somebody rolling up my back, tag them real quick, and turn back and knock the other person down.
Yeah.
Like, if that setting's on, it will throw all of your stuff off. At least for me.
Well, that's I will be full disclosure. I'm enjoying myself, but like you said, I really would like a dash button, because I hate how slow it feels, especially when you got your enemy characters can do slides, they can do all this fast stuff, and you can't.
And on top of that, they move like they were, like the enemies move like they're from Streets of Rage 3, where they can come up around you, then dart around real quick. Yeah. Like, you have no defense against that. Especially if you're in your character's in the middle of an attack animation, you can't stop it.
Like,
unless you're going to use a huge chunk of your health and risk getting hit and losing all of it. Yeah.
Because the other thing too is they got these two characters in this basically Yin and Yang from Street Fighter that do all these kicks, and I'm like, they do like helicopter kicks, and I'm like, bruh, they can come from halfway across the screen.
And I have no. Another thing that they should have implemented is a block button, because you can't block anything.
Yeah,
you can't stop like certain attacks. You can't stop them. You really just can't stop them.
That's why I was like, look, if you're gonna help me out, give me an evade or a dodge roll or something. And like I said, you're not using every button on the controller, so you can
hell. The dodge/block button could be one thing. When you're stationary, you block. When you're using a direction, you dodge. Simple as that.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I had a suggestion to give them, like, look, patch in a dodge or a block button, please. Just patch it in. I mean, because you kind of need it in this game, because once again, it makes no sense that that your enemies have all of these mobility options and you don't.
Yeah. Like it's like when the base mooks can move faster than you can.
Yeah, and I ain't talking about like bosses. I know what a boss is, so I understand that. But yeah, like you said, that commissioner in that precinct, please do not do stage 2 with Floyd, like I did. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Play with Blaze or Cherry or Axel. Don't play with Floyd. He is too slow. He is too slow. It's basically the Hulk fighting Thanos in Infinity War.
Yeah, but the Hulk is small and slim.
No, I'm talking about the Hulk getting his behind toe up by Thanos.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because I'm sitting there looking at him like, bruh, the commissioner, he's clearly juicing.
Yeah, look, he show you that when you walk in where he smashed that desk.
He smashed that desk, and he like, I'm like, okay, bro. Clearly you're not playing for the NFL, because they would have brought you up on charges by now. You'd be out. So yeah. But yeah, look like we lost Gaming Grounds. Okay. Yeah.
Drop. or something.
Got dropped. So okay, we're over an hour, and I do once again apologize for that, but we had some good stuff to talk about this week. I'm still working on those Let's Talks for Final Fantasy VII and Spirit of Mana. I mean Trials of Mana. So and I gotta add Streets of Rage 4 to that. So yeah,
I'll be doing a video on Streets of Rage 4 this week. I don't know if I'm going to do my playthroughs just yet.
Yeah,
because I've beaten it. The bad thing is playing it on hardest. It took me several days to beat, but that was because of having to work, and work took time away from me beating the game. But then I dropped down a level and play with Blaze. Like there's a huge gap between how hard mode and hardest play, which makes me worried about jumping into Mania. But I'm saving Mania for playing with my boy Adam. I'm going to play a faithful Adam run on Mania by myself, and I know I'm going to regret it and be mad, but I'm still going to play.
Well, I haven't finished it yet. I've been taking my time and just enjoying it, so I haven't finished it yet. I plan on doing multiple playthroughs anyway because I know how to get all the retro characters, and it's going to take me some time to do that.
Yeah, it takes a minute to get them in. I literally just completed the Streets of Rage 2 roster.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to take me a while to get I already know that, but since I've already made my peace with that, I'm just going to take my time and enjoy it. So I still got a few more levels to play because the game only clocks in about I think it's like 2 hours, I think. Most people are beating it in. So
depending on which mode you play.
It's been on which mode you play, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's cool. So it feels about right for a beat 'em up. So, yeah. That's probably what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna try to get those Let's Talks done next week. I am planning on doing another therapy session with Mr. T, so be on the lookout for that. Plan is to have that done sometime next week. So this one's gonna be about the DCEU. Yeah, we talking about them DC movies. Y'all gonna hate me after this, boy. Woo! Especially y'all Snyder Cut people. Y'all Snyder Cut people gonna hate me, but I'm coming from a place of love.
That's what everybody say before they murder you.
Ish. You know, love ish. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, be on the lookout for that, and that's pretty much it from me. Anything else from you?
No, it was like I got some videos I got to make, but I haven't determined what order they're going to be done in. So,
all right. So people, before we go, I just want y'all to know that I do like to make a lot of jokes. So if you were offended by something, I do really, from the bottom of my heart, I do apologize. If I have done anything that you find offensive, I do apologize. Ish. So, so y'all have a good one, man. And as always, Wakanda forever. And Bushmaster was right. Luke Cage was wrong.
Peace out, everybody. Peace.